It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for The Walking Dead Season 11, which is the final season. In this video, I'm going to talk about something that I've gotten a lot of questions about. Will Rick Grimes return in the final season? And if he does, how do I think he's going to make his comeback, and how would it work in this story? So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break this down. Alright, as always, before I jump into this, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. If any of the shows on the left interest you, then you definitely want to subscribe and stick around, because those are the shows that I react to or I cover in depth on the channel. All the links to my social media pages is also down below and in the description, so make sure to follow me in any of those. With that said, let's waste no more time and dive right into this. So, the simple answer, or the quick answer, is I doubt it. And here is why. Before I even get into how he's gonna return, if he returns, let's talk about why I doubt that he's gonna return. Andrew Lincoln left because he wanted to do other things. He wanted to spend more time with family in the UK, and that's the main reason why he left. In fact, the Walking Dead projects that we know he will be involved in, which is the movies, are sort of postponed at this point. We've been waiting 3 years and there is still no concrete details about when that's going to come out. So the fact that he doesn't even have time or doesn't even want to return, or possibly because the script is not ready or production is not ready or whatever the case may be, he can't even start doing the movies. So I think if they can get a hold of him, they're probably going to want him to do the movies if the movies are in a good place at this point to start shooting, rather than have him come to the final season. Unless he makes a brief appearance, which I think most fans will be disappointed about, and it'll be underwhelming, so why even go there? You know what I mean? Now, with that said, if he does return, and again, I doubt it, but if he returns, how would he return? There's really a few ways for him to return, and none of them are things that most fans will be happy with. The first way he could return is a cameo in a dream sequence or a hallucination. Now, the reason why I think this is the most realistic and reasonable way for him to come back is the timeline. The timeline of everything will be super complicated, and I think will get screwed up if they have Rick return to the Walking Dead Season 11 timeline after the events of whatever he went through that we're gonna experience in the movies. So because of that, the most realistic way for him to come back, or way that would make the most sense, I would say, is for him to come back in a dream sequence or a hallucination, possibly alongside other Walking Dead alumni who have left the show, either died or just left temporarily. We could see characters like Michonne and Carl come back as well, characters whose appearance would make sense in the final season. The other way they could have him return is not to actually return, for his voice to come in a radio, or someone to find a videotape of him or a audio recording of him. And even though that would be cool, it's underwhelming because we want to see Rick back in full force if he comes back. We don't want them to give us the minimum. You know what I mean? The last way that I think he could make an appearance in the final season is, briefly again, but maybe in a more extended way, is in a post-credit scene. And it'll be a scene that is directly related to stuff from the movies. It'll be a post-credit scene similar to the post-credit scenes that we've seen in World Beyond. Things that shed more light into things that the CRM is doing. But it will obviously feature Rick Grimes. This would be super awesome, and I think this is the best case for fans. Obviously, it would be better for him to return in the main story, but like I said, the timeline of it all doesn't really work. But at the same time, if they do this, then that does kind of jeopardize what they can do in the movies. They can probably not reveal too much in the post-credit scene, and it'll come off as fan service in a way. And long term, it won't really do much for the story. Now, with that said, one final thing I do want to say, which I think I alluded to, but that is that I don't think he's gonna return in part 2 of the final season, which is gonna come out later this month. If anything, he's probably gonna be involved in part 3 and probably during the last episode of the series, not even in any episode in part 3 of season 11, just the final episode. But again, I could be wrong about all of the things that I said. It's just my opinions and my predictions. With that said, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to share and smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.